You think life is unfair? Guess what? It is. You didn't get to choose your starting point. You didn't pick your family, your childhood, your setbacks. And yet, here you are, complaining about the cards you've been dealt instead of playing them like a master. And that's why you're stuck. And that's why you're losing. Because winners don't sit around, hoping for a better hand. They maximize the one they have. Let me tell you something I used to struggle with. Early in my career, I spent years obsessed with how other people had it easier. I watched others with better connections, better funding, or fewer personal struggles. And I told myself, of course they're succeeding. It's easy for them. And you know what that mindset got me? Nothing. Zero. I wasted so much time playing mental victim games instead of taking action. And I see this all the time. Entrepreneurs, executives, professionals, stuck in the if-only mindset. If only I had more money, I could grow my business. If only I had started earlier, I'd be ahead. If only I had better employees, I wouldn't be so stressed. Let me tell you, this mindset is a trap.
Look, you want me to fix the part of you that makes money, but it is attached to the rest, so this is going to take a little while.
Everyone needs a coach.
Eric has this management coach. Also coaches Steve Jobs.
That's a coach.
Yeah, definitely a coach.
Is a performance coach.
It's just money. It's made up.
Are you coachable?
Good question.
Every minute you spend wishing for different circumstances is a minute you're not executing on the ones you have. And that's why you're losing. The Stoics had a simple philosophy. Very simple, actually. You don't control the hand you're dealt. You control how you play with it. Epictetus, who was born as a slave, by the way, said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So, let's be real for a second. Are you reacting like someone who's going to win? Or are you reacting like someone who's waiting for a miracle? Because if you're waiting for a miracle, you already lost. All right, let's break this down. I'm going to give you 3 Stoic principles that will rewire how you think about your circumstances. The first one, radical ownership. Everything is your responsibility. Let me tell you about a client of mine. Let's call him Mark. Mark was running a startup and he had every excuse in the book. Investors weren't biting. His team wasn't performing. And the market was unpredictable. He kept saying, I just need things to be a little easier. And I told him, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's all about framing. And so we worked on reframing. Reframing his mentality. Reframing his mindset. Instead of I need better conditions, we shifted to how do I maximize what I have? And then he stopped blaming external factors and started fixing what was in his control. It was within 6 months that his business took off. Not because the condition changed, but because he did. Seneca put it best. He says, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. So, stop waiting for better conditions and make them. The second principle is Amor, Fati. Love your fate. Don't fight it. There was a moment in my career where I hit rock bottom. A deal I had been counting on fell through. I lost a major client, and financially, I was drowning. I was angry. Angry at the market, at the economy, at myself mainly. But then I remembered something from Marcus Aurelius. A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it. Everything that happens to you is fuel. You either burn brighter or you burn out. When I stopped resisting my reality and started using it, I made the best strategic pivots of my career. And that's when things changed. Whatever you're facing right now, ask yourself, how can I use this? How can I use this? Instead of why me? Ask, what now? And then point number 3, execution over excuses. Play the hand, not the fantasy. Let me be blunt. The world doesn't care about you, doesn't care about your excuses. Your competitors don't. Your market doesn't. And your future self sure as hell don't. I worked with the CEO. Let's call her Lisa. Lisa was stuck in analysis paralysis. She kept thinking, I don't have enough data, she was saying. I need more time. I need to be 100% ready. And she wasn't playing the hand she had. She was waiting for a different one. But once she started making moves with what she had, things shifted. That is exactly what we worked on together. And once she started accepting what she had from the faith and using it at her own advantage, everything changed. She launched before she felt ready. She hired, even if it felt risky. And now she's leading one of the fastest growing companies in her space. Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. I think you're suffering from an imaginary version of the game instead of playing the real one. The only way forward is action. Look, here's the bottom line. Life isn't fair. Business is not fair. Some people start ahead. Some people get lucky. But none of that matters if you master what's in your control. You got a choice right now. Keep waiting for the perfect hand, or start playing the hell out of the one you have. And if you want to stop thinking and start executing with clarity, discipline, and resilience, that's where I come in. We can work together if you want. Find the link in the description somewhere and get in touch with me. We can take what you have and turn it into something unstoppable. If you're not ready yet, no problem. You can connect with me on LinkedIn, and I keep you on track with free insights, strategies, videos. But make no mistake, whether you are taking action or not, the game is still moving. The question is, are you playing? Live long and prosper.
Remember how long you've been putting this off? How many extensions the gods gave you and you didn't use them? At some point you have to recognize what world it is that you belong to, what power rules it and from what source you spring, that there's a limit to the time assigned to you, and if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and will never return.